Hi, this is Lindsay from POV Solution. You can find us on the web at povprintingservices.com. Today I wanted to do a video about self-contained request mailers. We've had a lot of questions and traffic through these mailers, and we wanted to just make sure that with the InDesign documents you understand how I have the layers all arranged. So once you go to our website, there's a template page. If you go into Resources, Templates, if you scroll down, you'll see the self-contained mailers. For our purposes today, we're going to do one of the most popular, the 4-panel ones, and you'll go ahead and click this button. It will download a zip doc. You'll have to unzip that. Once you do that, there's an interchangeable document which can be opened up in the more recent InDesigns, or you could just open up the standard file. So once you open that up, make sure you have your layers open. So one of the things people sometimes don't realize is if you go to your Windows and go to Workspace, click Advanced, it'll give you a lot more options. So over here, we'll click Open Windows. You can see I've got 3 different layers. Now these layers are there to help you and guide you to make sure that you put the text in the right area. For number one, it doesn't so your type or images don't go on the glue and tear off important information. And the other thing is just it makes a more clean layout. So the print layer is the only one you ever want to do with the export. If you're sending me a file that you want to show me all the lines, which I do recommend doing, I normally for these jobs I would suggest sending a print PDF and a layout only for guides PDF. And that way there, once we get the file, we can see exactly where everything's at. I do double check all of these as they come through. So let's just turn off the print layer. There's nothing here right now, but you can see that the text replacement only, this one when you're laying things out, I typically only have the guides and folds on viewing. And that way there, when I'm drawing things up, I know where my fold is, I know where my perf is, and that's my fold. If I go to the other page, I know I'm not supposed to put anything here or here. It's a little bit more difficult to do it with the panel showing and the text, and this is the flap. But I do turn this on and off just to make sure that my text is going the right direction or that I have the information on the right flap. You can see all these little tidbits. So you've got your permits, you've got the place stamp here, return address. So when you're doing layout, make sure you're jumping between these 2 tabs. Now I wanted to show you one that we have been working on, and in your pages you can see this little icon here. If you wanted to do, let's say this is a portrait one, you want to do it landscape and you don't want to have to recreate the wheel, just right click on this, go to page attributes, and then rotate spread. And you can do 90 degrees or whatever viewing purpose you want is fine. Actually, I'd probably do the negative one. But that way there, it'll still export out the standard way. It helps you see exactly what you're trying to in right reading form. So if I come back over to here and I go over to my layers, and I'm just going to turn off all of these, and you can see the guides and folds. Now this should be a non-printing one. When I go to export it, I'm only going to have this one on here. You can see that in my document setup, I've got that red line. That is my bleed. And you want to make sure that you take any of your images or any of your backgrounds that you bleed it off 1/8 of an inch. It's very important. And then we'll go to the next page, and you can see here, this is pretty much the most important information. This is the top of the flap. If you know what a remit is, that's basically the inside flap where all the information is at. Now if I turn this back on, I know that I'm doing this the correct way. And then if I put my text back on, you can see that it's going a different direction, but overall you get the idea. So once I'm done with that, I can go ahead and export out my file. A couple few things that I wanted to bring to your attention is to watch your guides and margins. The reason I have these on here is for a reason. If it goes into here, or if you have text that's coming up into here and it's a name, it might tear out, and we don't want that to happen. Make sure that when you're doing some of this layout that you're watching these side guides too, so it's even. Like this is 1/4 inch, this should be a 1/4 inch. And if we're over here, do the same thing. And you can draw in your own guides. But the gray areas, I do highly suggest that you do watch that so the text does not tear off. And then when you're exporting out a PDF, make sure that you are following the parameters that we've asked, how to create a high-res PDF. This is a job option you can add. Here are some information tabs to show you exactly what we're looking for. That eighth of an inch bleed. This is pretty much InDesign is a preferable one that you create it from. So with that being said, that is a little bit about our self-mailers and what the layers mean. If you have any questions, you can go ahead and email us at help@povprint.com. And I hope you enjoy your day. Thank you.